What are you talking about Farrakhan?
Okay, can I make a point before people
Farrakhan.
If people don't like what I'm saying, at least let me finish it.
He is that man. He's that American guy.
Farrakhan.
He's
Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
Members of the Muslim community express
Very racist.
They come here sometimes.
How
are they racist? Because they're against white supremacists.
They were down there
So
about a few months ago.
how are they racist?
Look what he says. He says the white man is the devil. And goes like that.
I was talking about the white supreme. What are you talking about? You just have to narrow it down and
This guy,
take your
don't, if you try not, because when you talk, my microphone's terrible, you can't hear what's going on.
If Jews are racist against other minorities,
What about Malcolm X? They didn't kill him. The government.
But don't have a conversation with that guy, man, because he's going to come on there.
So racism.
Oh, you can't have a conversation, Raj.
You can have it, but if you're going to do that, then I'll hold it until your conversation's finished. When you're finished, then come and hold it.
Raj, you look like you're gonna go on a bike or something, Raj.
That's what you said. I didn't say that.
No, but that wasn't what racism was, mate.
I didn't say that.
Well, let me tell you what racism was. Racism was when white people called us 3/5 of a human being. Yeah, but that wasn't what racism was. That was a prejudice and an opinion that they had. Yeah, it's when it's no, listen. Yeah, the racism wasn't white people saying that we was 3/5 of a human being. They wasn't racist at that point. They had a prejudice. They had an opinion, and they was entitled to it. When they used this prejudice to come and do something called chattel slavery, which is the greatest crime to humanity, 500 years of oppression, yeah? And when they used that 3/5 of a human being to create mass genocide, yeah, and make people lose their name, their language, their folkways, their moreways, their culture, where they used a system to do stuff like butt breaking,
They're not
where they
talking
would
now,
rape men, where they would rape boys, where they would rape little girls. So when they used it to create an institution that held down those people, this was racism. And unfortunately, my brother, all of these minorities, no matter what opinions they've had, they've never actually done that. They've never actually set up an institution. So you're talking about prejudice, not racism.
Respect with the greatest respect. What I'm going to point out to you is racism can affect more than the black community. So the Jews, who've just been compared to termites by Louis Farrakhan, were massacred 6 million of them in the Holocaust. What you described, the African slave trade, was horrendous. It was immoral, it was racist, it was horrible. Yeah. No one.
How long was the war? How long was that Holocaust?
The Holocaust. So the Holocaust itself was a very short period of time. But the oppression of the Jewish people went on centuries and centuries.
How long was that Holocaust? How long?
So it was from the late 30s to 45. So
One of these gods called Constantine is one of the most anti-Semitic people I've met. He basically said that Jews will run out of 88 countries and that basically he was justifying the Holocaust on this guy's channel. So there's a double standard when it comes to racism on this channel with Respect Rebellion. Because it's anti-Asian, anti-white, anti-Semitic, but nothing else. But this is what I'm calling out.
What Respect is doing, he's trying to create a definition of a word to distract the conversation. Can I ask one simple question? Is it wrong to call Jews termites? Whether you call it racism or whether you call it something else, is it wrong?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh my God, what Jews are you chatting about?
People might not accept your Jewish claim.
No, it's a simple question, Respect. It's a yes-no answer. Is it wrong to call Jews termites?
Depends who you're talking about. So for example,
It's okay to call Jews.
one minute.
Let me explain. Is it okay to call blacks termites?
Listen, let me explain. Yeah?
This is the hypocrisy of Respect channel.
Let me explain.
The hypocrisy of the channel.
Let me explain. 1 minute. Let me explain.
You can be racist to others, but not to black
black
people.
people who worked with the Indian people that was like Raj, with the British colonialists, they enslaved their own. They are termites. Every single one of them black people are termites, and they're meant to be called termites. Now with the Jewish Holocaust, 1 minute. With the Jewish Holocaust, which was 15 years, with the Jewish Holocaust, which was 15 years, yeah, there was no black people, 6 years.
Make sure you get me the camera.
6-year Jewish Holocaust, yeah, which black people were not actually a part of oppressing them Jews. That was a white German, yeah, that linked up with Mussolini, an Italian white person as well, yeah. But when you're talking about our slave trade, unfortunately there was Jewish people involved, paramount at the top of our slave trade, and even right now in the world, as you know, there's something called Zionism and people at the top of the system, yeah.
So you know, got to 5 years on each channel, so the Jews have been to those countries. He's saying that the Jews flee those countries, stole from those countries, and they were kicked out. No one condemned him on the channel, but when anyone says anything about, even this morning, people are calling Asian people Kabaddi men, Kabaddi this, Kabaddi that. And so what I'm trying to say is that racism and prejudice here should be condemned on all fronts. But for some reason, it's okay to be anti-Semitic on each channel. It's okay to be anti-white, anti-Asian, but everything else against black people, you're called out.
So you just ignore what I said. You ignore what I said.
Let me say, one time I said here, the black magic, the word black magic, and a man jumped out my throat for saying black magic. But another man said to me, Indians all eat each other, and it was cool.
Oh, are you gonna lie? Your teeth. When a man said that Indians shit in the streets,
Indians all eat each other.
When a man said Indians shit in the streets,
that's a different
Raspect
one.
said that I told my brethren that in that country, in Africa, there's men that eat goat's poos, and I'd rather shit in the streets than eat goat's poos. So he pushes the one side
agenda. But when someone said Indians all eat each other, this guy said nothing.
What do you mean this guy said nothing?
I ask you a simple question.
He's talking to an Asian guy.
If myself...
He's Algerian, he's white.
If myself or a white guy or an Asian came along and said that blacks are termites, would you say in any context that's acceptable?
I don't think people, when you are talking about Jews, they're not talking about Jews, they're Jewish people who are against
They say Jews. No. So I'm saying, if I or someone else says
if you make a blanket statement like that, then yes. But what I'm saying is, yes, 100%.
So why is it not the same with Jews?
No, what I'm trying to say
is... So why was Council of 9 Years allowed to rant for
even when you're using Louis Farrakhan
against Jews, but no one said nothing on the channel?
Even when you're using Louis Farrakhan, you have to understand that them man there are speaking in a very political paradigm. So they're talking about the Jews who are doing the corruption. They're talking about the Jews who were involved in the slave trade. They're not just talking about all Jews. They're talking about the Jews who were involved. They're talking about the Jews who were involved. They're very specific what they're talking about.
This is the nation of Islam that propagated that.
There's a guy on the channel, Council of 9 Years, said the Jews run the whole slave trade.
So guess what? There were Jews involved in the slave trade. There were Africans involved in the slave trade. There were Christians involved in the slave trade. There were Arabs involved. The biggest slave trade was the Arab slave trade.
There were Jews at the top of our slave trade.
Okay, who are these Jews? Respect, who are these Jews? Name them.
No, the guy said... The guy said the Jews only... He said the Jews run the slave trade 100%.
I'm saying there
no
were
one
Jews
condemned
involved
it.
in it. Particularly Spanish and
Double standards, hypocrisy.
And you also said that Jews control America.
Yeah, they said on there that Jews control everything. No one condemned them.
In every institution and industry, you find Jewish people at the top.
Respect, guess what? You find white people, you find Christians.
No, but there's a certain...
Big up the Jews for being successful.
Name these Jews.
Big up the Jews for being successful. Let me say something. Don't be a hater. Yeah, you should be respecting the Jews for being so successful.
We'll do the show together. So
instead of being jealous.
And this is kind of the point that Raj was making.
Sorry.
When racism is directed at other minorities from minority communities, nobody says anything.
It's not racism, bro.
According to your definition.
What do you mean, fam? We're the ones, fam. Can the rapist define what rape is? Can the rapist tell the woman what rape is?
Respect.
Listen,
no,
you don't have
a monopoly on oppression.
One minute.
You don't have a monopoly
I'm asking a question. Can the person who committed the rape define the woman what rape is?
Sorry, bro. Sorry. Yeah, he knows, and I'm just saying, I wanted to make sure you get the angle, so I'm getting me on camera and stuff.
They left out their count that racism was not their opinion of us. Racism was institutions that they created to oppress us. So what we're saying is, until we create institutions to oppress you, we cannot be racist. Because we're saying their opinions was not what made them racist. Their opinions made them prejudiced. If they had their opinions and they didn't act on those opinions, there would have been no problem.
What happened in the Holocaust?
It's alright, it's alright. I might start getting into this soon. I've got to look at the phone I've got there. Don't know if this is any good.
No, mine is worse than yours. Okay. Mine is like 8 years old. It's
5 years to 500 years, bro.
Okay, he's
getting into this.
Give
a few more weeks, I'm thinking about it.
Fam, King Leopold killed more people. King Leopold of Belgium killed more black people in Congo than hit the kill of Jews. But you know why they didn't give a fuck? Because them people were black. Yeah? The only reason why they give a fuck about the Jews is because you're white. That's the only reason why. Because it was white on white crime. Look how many crimes all over the world, fam.
Respect.
Great Britain,
you know why they killed
the British Empire, by 20 times outdoes Hitler's death toll. Outdoes the British Empire by 20 times outdoes Hitler's death toll.
Hold your tongue for 2 seconds.
But why? Because it's white people of colour they're killing. Ain't no white people they're killing. Yeah? They killed some white people, Hitler killed some white people in white and white crime, and that's why you don't see it as as more important than 500 years. 5 years to 500 years. And yet you got reparations, yeah, and yet you've got Stamford Hill, you got all of these things, and yet what have we got?
We got Stamford Hill. You heard it from Respect. The Jews got Stamford Hill because of Holocaust.
No, reparations. You use the reparations money.
What are you talking about?
Do you condemn council?
I actually no. Stamford Hill has nothing to do with Nazi reparations.
Listen, what I'm saying is,
most of the Jews from Stamford Hill.
Listen.
Respect. What are you talking about?
Listen, fam.
Like literally anyone can go on the internet.
Bro, what I'm saying is, once you got the reparations, yeah, that put your people into a position to be able to be in a better position where real estate and these things are concerned. Yeah, while you was in the oppression, you wouldn't have been. It might have been
which Jews from Stamford Hill got reparations? No, I'm asking you. Keep coming out with
Okay. You said it. Let's give you an example. Let me give you an example. You have something called bar mitzvah and back to faith. Your rights and passion teaches you to keep the town circulating in your own community. So,
what are you talking about?
So you don't have that?
No, a bar mitzvah is when a Jew becomes liable to keep the commandments. Nothing to do with power circulating in your own.
It's a ceremony. A coming of age ceremony.
Like literally, Respect. You're humiliating yourself. You're humiliating yourself.
Listen. You don't have an economic rights and passion within your culture.
No.
To keep the power circulating.
No.
You don't have that.
No.
Stamford Hill.
No.
The Jews don't all buy from the Jews. No.
Nothing to do with bar mitzvah.
Okay, not that to do with bar mitzvah. I'm saying.
So what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is bar mitzvah, yeah, is just an add-on to what I was pointing out.
A bar mitzvah's a 13.
All right, forget bar mitzvah. I'm saying you have, yeah, economic responsibility. Maybe bar mitzvah was the wrong thing. Maybe I read it somewhere wrong. Let's leave bar mitzvah out. You have economic responsibility to make the pound circulate in your own community. So what I'm saying is,
Jewish law actually is Respect. So do you want to tell me about it?
No, what I'm saying.
He's an expert on everything. Right, he's an expert on Sikhism, expert on Hinduism, Judaism. He's an Iraqi, he's an Iranian, he's everything.
No, you didn't want to talk before.
He's everything, man, everything. He's an
an
expert on everything.
He wanted to talk, you didn't want to talk.
You be an expert on the Rastafarianism, so talk about that.
Shut up, because you're not a Sikh. You're
Don't talk about that. He's more Sikh than me.
Yeah, I am.
This guy's more Sikh than me. He's an expert on Sikhism as well. He didn't even know that the Bhagavad Gita is a Hindu book. He thought it was a Sikh scripture.
When the gurus see you and the Sikh that used to come here, they think you look like a pudding.
Big up, big up,
you look like a pudding.
Let Joseph speak. Let Joseph speak.
Big up by the God.
100%. So you're a disgrace to
He's an expert in every religion.
You're unraveling all of the good things.
He's an expert in every religion. He knows nothing though. He thought the Bhagavad Gita was a Sikh holy book. That's a Hindu holy book.
Listen.
Let me Respect. Just because you kind of got distracted,
Listen,
you made an accusation.
Make sure I'm in the shot roll.
I'm sure if I go back to
You're seeing it in person today. They got Yogi V, man.
I'm going to go back and research it and make sure.
Let me do it for your camera.
What I'm saying is, so let's leave bar mitzvah back.
I ain't paying that bullshit.
I know what they're saying. They'd rather walk 2 hours to the next shop, which is a Jewish shop, you understand, than go in any of the shops along the way. You understand?
That's just being smart.
Can I respond to that?
No, I'm not saying so.
Can I input? What I would do, you have lots of graduates, you're a popular guy, yeah? I would, when a man comes to you and tells you that the Jews do X, instead of taking his word on blind faith, do the research yourself. There is a commandment in Judaism to give 20% of our charity, and we're commanded to give that money when we're living amongst non-Jews. So we're not in a Jewish only, no, not Jewish only, when we're not in a Jewish state, or even in a Jewish state, we're commanded to give money to the communities that we live amongst. So Jews, if you actually look at the names on hospitals, art galleries, the various other philanthropists, most of the big philanthropists, the people who give money in the UK, charity, are Jews. This concept that Jews only give money to the Jews is a lie. So the second thing you said, the second thing you said was Holocaust was white on white crime. Do you know why the Nazis killed the Jews? Because they said we weren't white. They used scientific methodologies to say we weren't white, and they slaughtered us.
And he was the lowest of the low.
They used What I'm saying is, it didn't make no sense, because I didn't believe the story in school. I thought the whole thing was made up. The only reason why is because you can't convince me that a man with brown hair and brown eyes is going to tell me that blonde hair, blue eyes people are the superior race, and he's going to be able to mobilize the whole country behind that. It doesn't make any sense to me. So from there, there's a big problem in the story for me personally. I wasn't there. whatever happened, man condemn all oppressors. That's all it is. You understand, fam? Like, and obviously, I also believe that them man they are from Germany, and the real Hebrews are the black people because Moses was black. Moses was black. Moses was black. Moses was black, and Moses hid in Egypt.
U-turn.
Yeah, Moses.
Buddha was black as well.
Buddha
was black as well.
So these men.
Respect. How do you
King
know
James was black.
How do you know
Shakespeare was black.
Enoch, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Abraham, these men descended from Cush, and then on top of that, the
they came from Ur
Muslims will
Iraq.
tell you that Moses was black and Solomon was black.
But okay, so the Muslims, if you ask your Muslim friends, yeah, ask them what colour Ishmael or what colour Muhammad was. Because they will tell you there are many hadiths that say Muhammad had a white leg, he was white, and there are many hadiths that say he was white. Muhammad traces his lineage back to Abraham. The Jews also trace their lineage back to Abraham. So you'd expect the Jews and the Arabs to be the same skin
The Bible
colour.
said his skin was like bronze. His skin was like bronze in the furnace.
So this is the thing. Jews do not fixate on colour. If you go to India, the Jews... Listen, respect, he asked me a question. Let me answer. So, if you go to Ethiopia, the Jews are black. If you go to India, the Jews look Indian. They look like Ralph. If you go to Yemen, the Jews look like the Yemenite people. In Poland, the Jews look Polish. Because what happened when the Jews were living outside of Israel, they intermarried with other communities. People converted to Judaism. Jews have a history of many people converting. I myself have had my DNA tested.
Yeah, you lot are colours Moses.
I have. So we don't know what colour Moses is. If I were to hazard a guess, I would imagine he looks more like a Yemenite Jew or a Syrian. Well, maybe not a Syrian Jew because they look more European. But Jews from that region, from like Israel, Lebanon. So no, the Ethiopian Jews are. They don't look the same. They are black, but they're slightly darker than someone from Yemen. Yemen are lighter. And this is the stupidity of it. We suddenly start pulling out colour charts to try and grade people. It's nonsense. I'll give you an example. Respect, let me give you. There is a tribe in the Jews called the Kohanim, the Cohens. They descend from Aaron, who is the brother. I see three.
Moses on that list. Moses on that list.
Where do I fit? Respect, which one are you?
You're number one. What are you chatting about?
You heard it from me. I'm number one. The rest of you number 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I was trying to say, there's a tribe called the Cohens. The Ethiopian Cohens and the Polish Cohens all have the same genetic markers. The Cohens weren't allowed to marry converts. And so despite looking different, they all share similar genetic markers.
So all I know is the original text show coloured people. You get me?
Where? There's no pictures.
Yeah, but when Moses put his hand into God's bosom.
We just gave the example. Muhammad is a white man.
Let me show you something. No, there's definitely not.
But that's what the Hadith say.
No. Kalam broke it down. His ancestry is definitely African ancestry.
Muhammad's ancestry.
All of them. You get me? Check it out. Do the research.
You heard that, guys? All you Arabs that are claiming descent.
Commission and the Mesopotamian.
But anyway, to bring it back to the subject, because you kind of went on a massive.
We want to go into anti-Semitism because that's the conversation we was going to have.
There is. Raspect doesn't like the word discrimination. He'd rather use racism. He'd rather use the word prejudice.
It is prejudice,
and that's fine. If you want to play semantics, Raspect,
it's not semantics.
I'm happy.
White people can't.
You're redefining racism.
No, we're not. We got. Fam, the racism happened to us.
It happened to us as well.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
no, we didn't.
So we weren't enslaved. We weren't enslaved.
We wasn't enslaved.
Yes, we were. Have you not read the Bible?
Is this debate for the
I know, Jew, you heard it from
the gold medal victim of the Jew against the
Egyptians white or black?
I've got DNA that goes back to
the white side.
I'm the white side. I'm taking the reasonable side.
So this is the problem. This is the problem with
everybody can decide what
the fact is, this is white privilege at its best.
You're right. The Holocaust. You heard it from Raspect. The Holocaust was white privilege.
I mean, anyone can be racist.
I could go for a 5-year Holocaust.
Does that mean that poor people can't be racist?
So I've asked the question, even if you use the logic of how black prejudice, if somebody, a black person, he has the power to fire.
condemned
and he could be racist.
Our 500-year
In that
Holocaust.
individual, like they said they can't.
Our 500-year Holocaust.
Egyptians are white. Egyptians.
So this is my point.
I just want to know, what do you think?
And then after that,
I don't like the categorization white or black because there's a million shades in between. And Egyptians are lighter than Somalians. And it just depends where you go. The further down you go, the darker it gets.
was that what racism was? Is that what black people was complaining about? Was racism, yeah? Was racism? Was racism?
Racist. I'm a racist. Big up Daniel. Big up Daniel.
I got a black man holding his
Big up Daniel. Daniel's part of the beta mission crew.
Yeah, watch. And he'll boast about it, black people. He'll boast about it and he'll let Daniel look like an idiot just like that.
Oh my God, Daniel. Do you want me to hold it now? Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, hold it.
Look at that here. I didn't even. I've got Asian people to hold it, white people to hold it. But because he's so triggered and he's such a victim, I will allow. I don't want to put Daniel in a different situation like that.
Victims never build anything.
Rather than playing semantics.
No, I'm not playing semantics.
Leon, you didn't get. Leon was doing juggling out there.
What I'm saying is, no. What I'm saying is, if white people called us termites, it would have been alright. We wouldn't have called it racism. White people acted on calling us termites and created an institution, yeah, to enslave, rape, invade, take us from our culture, yeah, beat man from the name Kunta Kinte, and for 500 years. This is what we're saying. Because racism wasn't them calling us termites. But what they want to do now is they want to redefine racism in a way that that benefits them. So if anyone has a prejudice,
What would you call the Holocaust, Respect?
what would I call the Holocaust?
If it's not racism, what is it?
I don't understand the Holocaust because they're telling me that a guy with brown hair and brown eyes said that blonde hair and blue eyes is the superior race and he was able to round up the people based upon that. But my logic says that if any guy with brown hair and brown eyes tells me that blonde hair is the superior race, what I'm going to do when I get to him is I'm going to tell him that we need a blonde hair, blue eye leader. You can't lead us.
Truly lost.
No, I'm saying, it's logic. We're going to say that he can't lead us. How can you tell us blonde hair, blue eye people are superior and you're leading us?
Have you read Mein Kampf? Have you read Mein Kampf?
There's questions about everything in life.
So read a book.
I've read a book. There is no.
So what about the Irish? What about the Irish?
One minute.
Do you agree the Irish? Because you said in your show that Irish people were treated like black people.
There is no.
But they're white.
1 minute.
Hold on, ask him because he said the Irish people were treated like black people and they're white. So how does that work? Some people here that are Irish have got blue eyes. He's got blue eyes. So you need to tell me.
You said he's Irish.
I'm saying if Raj goes up and says that the superior race is white people and tries to lead the people, then when the people get to Raj, they're going to say, no, we need him as our leader because he's white. So
he's saying they can't be racist to you, but they can be racist to
So
Irish.
basically, can I just summarise for the camera? We came here to discuss anti-Jewish sentiment in the amongst the black community on your channel explicitly.
I got a 45-minute video.
You don't believe that Hitler.
No, I'm asking questions.
Because he had brown hair.
I'm asking questions. No.
They're not
No.
good
I me personally, I don't do propaganda. I know what propaganda is. Yeah, I know. You know what propaganda is? Propaganda is when something is forced down your throat every year. So I know in this country, I've had this Hitler thing forced down my throat every year. All they tell me about is Hitler. So what I'm saying is, my research. I ain't saying 1 minute. Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. You didn't want to talk before. Why are you talking now?
I can talk and say what I want.
Why are you talking now?
I'll say what I want, man. Talk when I want.
So what I'm saying is, for my research, I ain't saying what did and didn't happen. I don't have a time machine to say what did and didn't happen. Yeah, I just know that from my research, I haven't seen anything directly connecting certain individuals to the actual chambers that they're talking about. I ain't seen certain things. I've seen people that have said that they was Holocaust victims, and that has me on the other side.
You're an idiot. There were 4.5 million Jews named in Yad Vashem who were slaughtered in the Holocaust, including my family. The fact you haven't opened up a book and educated yourself is because you're
victim and I oppress other people. Everyone's read that, man.
Because you don't open books to follow propaganda. What book have you read on the Holocaust? Name the book you've read on the
talking about something
Holocaust.
that happened 50 years and you're oppressing people
You've
and
read on
killing
the
people right now.
Holocaust. Name one book you've read on the Holocaust. One book. One book.
Show me
I'm
one.
not asking what YouTube videos you watch. I'm asking for a book.
Okay, show me one speech where Hitler calls for the killing of Jews.
Listen, he's talking about 50 years
There's
ago.
no one speech.
And he's killing people right now.
And now we understand why there's so much Jew hatred on RASPECTS channel.
But anytime you ask questions,
Remember those people being killed? What about the people who are being killed today? No, I don't really know about them.
I didn't deny them.
6 million
I asked a
Jews.
question. I'm not allowed to ask questions.
You say first and foremost, you say it's white.
Why are you killing innocent Palestinians?
Am I allowed to ask
questions?
Why are you killing innocent Palestinians?
As a conscious man,
so you not try to mentally manipulate everyone.
You hear that?
So
You Jews try to manipulate. You lot.
No, they deceive. You deceive yourself.
Is he a Jew? Is he a Jew? Is he a Jew?
Who told
Big up the Jews. Big up the
Is
Jews.
he a Jew?
You looked at me. You did not
I said
look at
you
him.
lot. You lot.
If
So
I
me
said
and
it,
Raj
if
tried
I
to
said that,
spread-
I would have been a racist.
Me and Raj are the ones propagating the idea that the Holocaust took place. Is that what you're saying? We are the force behind the belief.
Everybody knows that. I am saying.
Everybody knows that.
This is what I am saying. This is what I am saying. I'm making myself very clear when I speak. I'm saying I'm aware of propaganda. I'm aware of brainwashing. Yeah, in this country, yeah, the information I was given, yeah, in school, shoved down my throat every year, yeah. When I went to
told me you were
research,
intelligent.
fam, because I'm questioning. I'm asking questions, and you're saying I'm not intelligent. This is how you like.
Who thought the Sikh holy scriptures
This
or
is
the
how they
Bhagavad
bully
Gita?
people. I haven't
He
seen the
thought the
Holocaust
Sikh holy
happen.
scriptures or the
I
Bhagavad
haven't
Gita.
denied the Holocaust.
That's
All I've done is ask questions. So now you can see what happens when you ask questions. And this is how you know, this is how they bullied everyone to even asking questions, to even find out the truth. Because as soon as you question them, they all start getting upset.
We're victims.
I'm asking questions. I'm
We're
saying
victims
that.
and we kill other people.
I'm asking how a man with brown eyes and brown hair can mobilize a mass of people to oppress a people, saying that the superior people are blonde hair blue eyes. That's a legit
So to
question.
summarise for the camera, we came on this channel, we came on COA and all the other channels here to talk about anti-Semitism that took place on your channel. Your response was too poor. One, you first said that you can't be racist against Jews. The second point you made was that the Holocaust may not have happened. And it's all on camera. It's all on camera.
If we use our prejudice against you, if Farrakhan and them not use their prejudice and they enslaved you, then now this they can be racist because they're creating an institution. That's what racism is. And then all I did is I asked questions.
You're an enabler. You're an enabler.
This is how they bully. This is how they bully people. Man can't ask questions.
Can you hold this for 1 minute? 1 minute, sorry. Look at they're going to say I'm a racist now. No, you have to do something.
I'm just saying, movies, man. I'm just saying, how does a guy with brown hair, yeah, and brown eyes,
Are you getting triggered? He's holding my camera for a minute.
fam, you can do what you want. You can use people how you want. You can use him as your one.
Oh, nice.
You can do that.
Look at that. That's all he thinks. Is that
That's what you
everything's to
do
do with race.
That's what you do with all of them.
Everything's to do with race.
Use them as your gimmicks.
Yeah,
No,
everything's to do with
not
race,
just black
sir.
people. Anyone you can use as your
Oh
gimmick.
my
use as your
God,
gimmick.
man.
You're not racist where that's concerned. Only white people you don't. It's white people who try to
White people have held my umbrella.
Yeah, 100%.
I've got to
You
hold
bow
my
down to
umbrella
their
still.
feet. You bow down to
White people hold
Your
my
old
umbrella.
Indian Punjab Sikh people, you
White
sell them out for
people
white
hold
people.
my umbrella.
You sell them out. You sell them right down the river.
They watch it. They hold my umbrella. Did you know that? I got white people to hold my umbrella. They were cool with
You
it.
sell your whole Asian race down the river.
They were all cool, man.
For the Zionists then.
So you're selling us race down the river for the Zionists?
I'm a fan of low key.
Oh my God.
I know,
You did
Loki.
it.
Yeah, I'm a fan of low key.
Well done.
Yeah, 100. So that's my start.
So we get where you get your education from?
100%. I'm definitely on his side of the fence where that's concerned.
So you got your education from a rapper?
No. He's way more intelligent than you.
Yeah, Loki's way more intelligent
Because someone's a rapper, it means they're not intelligent.
I don't agree with
this
that.
is your racist sentiment
The
in your head. Because someone raps, they can't be intelligent. Rapping has got something to do with not being intelligent now.
Respect. With the
Rapping has something to do with not being intelligent.
That's not what I said. Respect.
Because black people rap now. Because he raps.
Respect. What I'm saying is I get my knowledge from books, not from rappers.
And movies. I get my knowledge from Ben Yosef, Jonathan, and he's the biggest step back a bit. You're not converted. And the reason
You need to read books for yourself and stop depending on other people.
The reason why the
He
British,
doesn't. He's an expert on everything.
the reason why the British took the
He's a
Germans
scientist for NASA.
and they created the state of Israel is so that
And
white
he didn't read a
people
single
could
book. talk about rocket science.
When did the British create the state of Israel?
English for the English.
Or helped you lot?
How? How did they help us? But this is the thing. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to challenge you to buy a book and research for yourself.
Fam, I don't need to buy a book, fam. We know
You
where
do
it is.
need to buy
We
books.
know right
You've got
now,
lots
man, are
of
getting killed in
influence.
Gaza. That's the fact. Man, are getting killed in Gaza right now. That's the fact. That's it, fam.
Respect your
Get me? You're occupied. You're occupier. You came here as an occupier.
Because you're just ignoring what the scientists said.
You came as an occupier, fam. You're an occupier. Just like South Africa, same thing. Just like
This all
Australia.
started because there was anti-Jewish
Now,
sentiment.
we're trying to show that RASPECTS show is a hypocritical show where anti-Asian, anti-white, anti-Semitic, but anything against black people, they go crazy. That's what I want to show.
Show me where Asians have gone. Show me where Asians have gone to their next man's land, or Africa have gone to their next man's land.
Who do you define as Asians? Like the Mongols who conquered huge swathes of land? Are they Asian?
I'm talking about in this modern day, yeah, the man them from Europe, they went to Australia and they created a genocide. They wiped out all of the Aboriginals. They went to America and they wiped out all of the Aboriginals. They went to South Africa and they killed masses of people.
And the Muslims coming to India and killed 150 million people.
Convicts in Australia and
They're all brown.
They're convicts instead.
The British was involved in your thing as well.
But this is how stupid this debate gets.
No, it doesn't.
Most people have done horrible
You
things.
mentioned Aboriginals in Australia. My man said stupid. How is that stupid?
No, it's no comparison. There's no comparison to 500 years of
Australia.
What's the difference? What's the difference between an African selling a slave and a white man selling a slave?
Fam, the servitude that was going on in Africa was the same servitude that was going on in the Bible, where there was prisoners of war, you still had your freedom, you wasn't raped, you still had your wife.
There were
was
Africans selling
servitude.
black slaves to white slavers.
But why?
Where?
Why? Why? You know about that?
Wait. Where's the proof on that?
Where's the proof on
Where's the book on that? Where's the book on that, though?
Wait, brother, wait, go on.
No, every man deserves to have freedom, yeah? No one wants to be owned.
Who's that? I'll smack you up.
Who chucked that?
I'll smack you up.
Mother.
I'm telling you. I'll smack you up. Don't get caught. Don't get caught.
That's someone did.
Don't get
Oh no,
caught.
that's not an eye.
Don't get caught.
Let's calm down as well.
Calm down.
Respect, calm down a little. You see all this? This isn't intellect. This is we're talking.
Oh, it's
knowledge.
that rat. It's that
We're
rat.
not throwing fists. We're not doing anything.
rat's
Whoever
behind
threw
that.
that's an idiot. And let's just keep it here.
They come from that direction as well, that little look.
My main point, Respect, is I have huge empathy. The black community has probably one of the most persecuted people on the face of it.
Probably, you might say.
Everyone say
Who said it was?
We're not arguing about that, bro. We are the most persecuted
Cool,
people
come
on
on.
the planet. That's it. Class finished, all over, till this day.
Say probably.
At least what I'm saying about Jews, at least their life is different from my life and our life. Like what? Yeah. You get it as well.
Look, I don't want to be seen as a victim, honestly. Listen, guys,
You're such a victim.
Let's get a white person, never white person.
Yeah, because you never went through the middle, guys. You're in the middle, because you ain't got the history.
How long do you stay? I want to go back deeper.
Yeah, so that's what. No, I can't. What do you have to gain with it? What do you mean? What do you have to gain? Fam, listen. They had a 5-year Holocaust. Every year in school, it is promoted. It is condemned. They got reparations, and they say never forget.
Never forget, lest we forget.
You're right. We had a 500-year Holocaust. If we speak about it, people come like you and say, what do you have to benefit? No. So what I'm saying is, that's what it is. What I'm saying is, anytime we're not allowed to speak about our things. And we didn't get no reparations.
Big up the Jews, man. You should be more like them. Don't be jealous. Do what they do. Be more successful.
history that nobody ever speaks about. What of the 80 million Chinese came during Lockdown?
Can I bring it back to what he said, because I think it's very pertinent. So, Jews have been persecuted not for 5 years, but thousands of years. But what happened following the Holocaust was the survivors established Israel, and in 70 years built up one of the most successful states in the world.
Don't talk about Israel, it's gonna go
So what
mad.
he's saying is spot on. The way to respond to persecution and oppression
Is to be better than
with
them.
success.
Be better than them.
The survivors were put there was backed by the British family.
They were. The British abstained from the vote in
It's
1947.
the same with the Sikhs are persecuted.
British and American.
The Sikhs are persecuted, but by the end of it, we were running the Punjab where we were persecuted.
You man are selling weapons to everyone.
idea of Israel long before the Second World War. Just to add that in.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think he was doing juggling today. Leon, he done juggling today.
I'm trying to say respect.
He was doing like stirring the pot with you, Daniel. Big up Daniel, juggling master.
Is with success. It's to overthrow your oppressor.
Look what you did. I have to hold my own camera now.
When your thing happened, you were
No, but I don't want to get him in. I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't want to get him in trouble.
What I'm saying is, after 5 years, he was given reparations. I'm saying after 5 years, he never got nothing. 5 years, he got 500. I leave France alone. Oh, I'm gonna go into the real history of the Jews now. You've inspired me.
So please, what I would encourage respect is read both sides. Read people like Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. And I apologise about being a bit rude before. It's just like frustrating to hear what you're saying.
For me, bro, I ask questions. I believe that the system that we live in. I believe that if Hitler won the war, Britain would have been the bad guys in the history, and we would have been the Britain would have been the bad guys, and
Don't use that logic.
Would have been the power state, and they would have told the story as if Britain was doing the bad and talked about the killing that Britain was doing all over the world. This is actually more than what.
Yeah, he said God sucks out his good. If I said something about Muhammad, they'll go mad.
Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, Spurs lost, yeah. You're up to 2-0 to
Hear
by the way, guys.
If I said this
the only thing I would say, you talked about what Belgium
mad.
did to the African community.
But it's okay to cuss out my religion.
On an unparalleled scale. With the Jews, Hitler set up the first industrial form of genocide. They literally had factories to destroy the Jewish people. Now, as he said, we shouldn't let do a competition who is the most oppressed, because it doesn't benefit either of us. What we should look to do is build relationships to strengthen communities and to help each other.
The most oppressed. I'm saying the most worse.
What was that? I can't even hear it.
Let me just make it clear. I ain't got no problem with Jewish people, but I hate Zionists.
What is a Zionist, Raspecs? No, what is a Zionist?
Zionists are people, every time I debate in Zionists, they defend British imperialism and the oppression of other people.
Do you know that the Zionists were at war with the British?
Are you British? I'm British. Alright.
Do you know that I'm Zionist. Do you know that the Zionists were actually at war with the British at one point? You had gangs like the Erdogan and the Lehi who were bombing the British.
I know, just like the France and England had their beef. But when it's time to oppress black people, they all get together. France and England have their beef, but when it's time to oppress black people, France and England say, yo, put our beef on one side, let's go to Haiti.
What is a Zionist?
You know what I'm saying?
You said you hate Zionists.
During the war,
You know that though. You know how white people do it? They're like, France and England have got beef, you know? They're not agreeing. Right now, they don't like each other, but as soon as Haiti took out France, England and Spain came together.
what about the Americans fighting the Germans? And when they captured the Germans, they was treating them better than...
Yeah, the Germans. Oh yeah, when the Americans captured the Germans, when the Germans...
They have to get up and stand up for them. They're like eating the same missile.
Yeah, the Germans were actually allowed to eat with the white people and eat the higher class, and the black soldiers, yeah, so the German soldiers is the ops. This is the other side. These are the men that were trying to kill you a minute ago. They're eating in nice luxury with you, and the black soldiers had to eat in segregated.
In the trucks, the Germans, the black soldiers had to stand up for the...
This is like, no, I just learned something. When I learned that, which is horrendous, I also learned what ops meant. I always thought ops was your side, but it's the opposite side. I'm learning a lot from Speaker's Corner. What I wanted to say, you said that you don't hate Jews, you just hate Zionists.
Yeah.
And so I asked you, what is a Zionist?
But I still don't believe that the man, the original...
No, but I still know what's saying on the channel. The guy was saying Jews. The guy was saying Jews. Council of Nicaea was saying Jews.
Zionists are people that...
Council of Nicaea was saying Jews. No one called him up on it.
All Jews, all Orthodox Jews use the Talmud.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Zionism.
That seems a bigger Zionism.
I'll break down the Zionism.
Okay, we'll do Zionism, we'll do Jews, we'll do...
The Israelites, the original fucking black Jews.
We're the real Jews, you know. We're the real Hebrews.
You're the real Jews.
Yeah, we're the real
You speak Hebrew?
We're the real Hebrews.
The real Hebrew.
Hebrew or Yiddish?
No, not the fake
Yiddish
Hebrew.
or real...
Yiddish isn't Hebrew. Hebrew is a different language to Yiddish. Yiddish is a German language, which is based on Hebrew and German.
Who's the Zionist?
I think I'm the Zionist. But Raspect's going to steal that identity soon. He'll be the Zionist. He's not just a Jew, he's also going to be
He's
the
a
next
Sikh,
Zionist.
he's a Hindu, he's a Buddhist, he's a he's everything.
So a Zionist, very, very simply, is anybody, whether they're Jewish or not, that believe that Jews have the right to a state in that region. Omar, calm down, Omar.
Don't disturb me.
No, leave it. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, but thanks. No, leave it. Let him just dig his own grave.
No, man, he ain't gonna touch that. See the black guy back in it straight away, innit, right?
I'll say thank you for that.
No,
Thank you for that.
I don't like you, but I
But it's not about me. So
I don't like you, but I like you.
No, but he's not doing it for me. He's doing it for the
Who's
Sikhs.
putting me in a grave?
He's doing it for the
Who's
Sikhs.
putting me in a grave?
Please,
I'm digging
we're
my
just
own
having a
grave. Are you gonna
conversation.
put me in a grave? Pussy, man. But you're gonna put me in a fucking. Don't come with that.
Omar, seriously, we're having
just saying,
Don't come with that definition.
He doesn't understand metaphor.
you can't earn something about Christians.
Leighton Road E10, G.
Yeah, so you have Christian. The most Zionists in the world are Christians, not Jews. There's around 40 million Christian Zionists in America. Nothing to do with a Jew. I mean, a Zionist is just anybody that believes the Jews have a right to a state in that region. You can also support the Palestinians and be a Zionist. Anyone that says they support a two-state solution is a Zionist. But then that's fine, you don't have to. You don't have to be a Zionist.
Because I believe
You're a Zionist.
You're sold out, right? You're a sellout, man.
Britain was your way in.
Except Britain abstained from the vote in 1947 in the United Nations. 33 states voted in favour. Two European states abstained. Britain was one of them. When Jordan conquered the West Bank, Israel recognised, sorry, not Israel, Britain recognised Jordan as sovereign over the West Bank.
You wear your turban once a week.
Systematically,
When you're at home, you're not wearing it.
sided with the Arabs.
sides.
They were playing both sides, but they were playing the Arabs a little bit more. They armed the Jordanians. They banned Jewish migration into the region from 1939 from the Peel Commission. So all I'm saying, Aspect, is history is more complex than you believe it to be. Wisdom is everything. Read as much as you can because your mind's been corrupted by people that are playing you.
No, fam. Don't listen to man. I know for a fact that the man that invaded, the man that shouldn't be anyone that goes into
You know, you like making judgments about other people.
But they were ritually. In 1517, Jews were massacred in Hebron.
Watch, you are like your prophet, G.
The Arabs conquered Israel in the 7th century. Let's not go Israel-Palestine because I do that all the time. Let's keep it on Jews. Let's keep it on racism. So anyway, that was a defensive war. We then traded the land back for peace. But I don't want to do Israel-Palestine because I do that. So so Islam conquered, different caliphates conquered land which stretched from Arabia to North Africa. And when Israel conquered land, it didn't keep it for a caliphate. It didn't make an Israeli empire. It gave the land back for peace. They didn't take it back. The entire Egyptian Air Force was flattened in something like this. People the 60 years ago, we Yom Kippur War. You saw, you were shocked.